All right, shout out to the fam, man. Good to see y'all on this episode of PPR, man. Much love, representing the flocking nation. Stand up, big ups to the Pale faithful. PPR is in the building. Big Q representing. Much love to the fam. We up in this thing, man. And of course, Saturday, as we talk about the Pales, man, a few news, notes, and items I want to go over with you guys in this brief stream. I'm also going to open up the phone lines for the family members to chime in like we customarily do here on PPR. We're going to talk about our Pales today. And of course, we got a little time before the season start. The Olympics is still kind of keeping basketball fresh in our minds. We're watching what Jose Alvarado, with Daniel Tice is doing as well, as he's really playing a good brand of basketball. And of course, all of the stuff that continues to swirl about, as I've seen articles about the August the 6th thing. That's DC brought that to me a couple of weeks ago about the August the 6th thing. I don't think nothing's going to happen in terms of the Pelicans. I don't think BI will be moved. But then again, we'll see what happens, man. I doubt it. I think they go into the season with Brandon Ingram and something materializes after the fact. You know, we'll see how it goes. It looks like their minds are settled, but then again, who knows what the Pelicans going to do? I don't know if they operate with a clear plan or a vision. It doesn't feel like it, to be honest with you, but we'll see. All right. So anyway, thank y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button. How you doing, Michael? Shout out to you, bro. Pelicans, Nola, much love. Appreciate you for being here as well. He says, been hearing Utah will sign Laurie to a new deal. Yes, indeed, that is something I think they'll definitely do. And then the rumor mill is that once that happened, then they'll kick into another mode and want to see if they can try to perhaps look at Brandon Ingram. It's just a bunch of rumor crap. And I'm tired of all the rumors. I'm tired of all of the potential trades. I'm just overdone with it, man. It just was overkill. So we can just move on from it and just keep it pushing, man. Anyway, big ups to you guys, man. We up in this thing, PPR, man. Let's hit some of these articles, man, as we get ready to kind of pop into this thing. I'm going to drop the link after I cover some of this stuff here. But let's kind of get into one of these right here. Shout out to Terry Kimball, man, doing this thing over at the Sports Illustrated side, New Orleans Pelicans on at Sports Illustrated. This report reveals that New Orleans Pelicans' pursuit of Cavaliers center Jarrett Allen. So this is something we talk about. We knew that the Pelicans, this was one of the things that the Pels, we knew that ultimately that they were looking at doing. We knew that that was the number one option in David Griffin's mind is Jarrett Allen. I mean, he's the number one guy. That's what, his guns is aimed at for that. And, and Jarrett Allen's a good player. And, that right now, like I said before, I don't think he gets moved at this juncture. Well, let's get into the article. My brother Terry says the Pelicans attempted to pry the versatile big man away from Cleveland this offseason. New report published on Monday revealed that the Pelicans tried to acquire Cleveland Cavaliers center Jarrett Allen this offseason. And according to Clutch Sports, Evan Dumerall reported that the sources revealed to them that both the Pelicans and Rockets reached out to Cleveland about the availability of Jarrett Allen, right? Now, according to the report, while both teams engaged in talks, the conversation didn't go far. They slammed that shit quick. Cavaliers then hired former Brooklyn Nets head coach Kenny Atkinson this summer after firing Bickerstaff following the Cavaliers' playoff loss to the Celtics. Atkinson, Coach Allen in Brooklyn, reportedly wants to keep Allen in Cleveland. That's what I've been saying. Now, NBA insider Mark Stein reported Atkinson's desire to keep the Cavaliers' nucleus together. Quote, the arrival of Kenny Atkinson as Cleveland's new coach has convinced various teams that Jarrett Allen has just become even harder to pry from the Cavs via trade than it was previously. End quote. So we knew this is kind of stuff that we talked about here on PPR ad nauseum. We when I said that when Atkinson came in because he's familiar with Jarrett from their time with Brooklyn. He believes in Jarrett Allen, knows that Jarrett Allen can bring it, and have it in the core that they have, even though Darius Garland, if he had to put money on it, of which one of those guys would leave first, I put money on Garland at some point, But perhaps Kenny Atkinson could create something where they can work together. You see what I'm talking about? Even though I know Garland was, Garland was the one that was saying that he would move out. He would want to trade if that happened, but there's no trade value for him currently. So I guess he would have to sit on it, play for the team, and if something materialized later on, then they will make a move. But this is a good team Cleveland has, man. The Kenny Atkinson takes over a playoff team, man. And they are still going to be relevant in the East now. They're not up there with, say, a Boston or what New York's doing or even what Philly's doing. But they are a team on that, I believe, like on that next tier of teams there, making a push. NBA insider Mark Stein reported Atkinson's desire to keep Cavaliers nucleus together is something there. And Allen has 2 years and $40 million left on his current deal, and the young center is considered a valuable asset because of his athleticism and rim protection. Now, he did get a bump in pay this, what was it, a couple days ago? He did get a bump and increase in pay, and we'll see what happens with that because he got paid, man. They paid Jarrett Allen. They paid Evan Mobley. They paid Spider. And they gave him their paper. But then there's rumors about, what's his name, Okoro, sign and trade rumors and all that. We'll see how it all goes, man. I think that's the last time I checked on him. But anyway, that's some of the news there. That's kind of stuff that we talked about with them. And that's obviously the ideal situation in the mind of David Griffin is Jarrett Allen. He's the answer to everything for the Pelicans. He's the answer. All right, anyway, let's go to the next one. Pelican debrief. Multiple Pelicans are making a major impact at the Olympics. Standard NBA role players becoming one of their country's best. And what we love to see, this is the briefs dropping it. Olympics officially begun this past weekend with the first group. You got the Pelicans family members, Daniel Tice in Germany begin play. Jose Alvarado in Puerto Rico doing their thing. Germany was able to win each of their first 2 Olympic Games. Puerto Rico has taken 2 big losses, but New Orleans and its family base and the performance of Tice and Alvarado have been encouraging. Tice and Germany's Group B consists of France, Japan, Brazil, and themselves, a rather manageable group. Germany has a chance to make it out of the group play and advance forward. The same cannot be said for Jose Alvarado in Puerto Rico, who's in the fate lies in the Group C, which consists of Team USA, South Sudan, Serbia. Puerto Rico has arguably by far the least amount of NBA success on it. However, that hasn't stopped Jose Alvarado from playing his best brand of basketball. We talked about like Jose Alvarado and how he's been done and how he's matured. But Jose Alvarado's really done really well, man. Jose's really looked good in playing. We know it's, even though it's that, that FIBA style stuff, but the reality is Jose Alvarado, man, game has definitely matured. He's got more confidence in shooting a 3-pointer, still plays with a lot of energy, facilitates well, and is high IQ on the basketball court. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pelicans bring him off the bench along with whoever they're going to be off the bench. So we'll see. Daniel Tice has played his role to perfection. Game 1 of the Olympics was a masterclass by the veteran big man against Roy Hachimura's led Japan team. Tice finished with 18 points on 100%, 7 for 7, including 2 threes, adding 7 rebounds, a steal, and no fouls in 97-77 to win. Tice controlled the game from the point defensively. It also played a contributing factor on the offensive floor in the win. In 2 games, in the game 2, Tice did fill the stat sheet effectively, but did his part in an 86-73 win over Brazil. 6 points, 6 boards, 2 blocks across 23 minutes. Helped lead Germany to another victory. Next awaits with Wembanyama-led France club. Now, Jose Alvarado must mirror his Game 1 performance versus Team USA, and then we talk about all that. But see, what's really interesting is the fact that when you talk about the Pelicans, guys, we do have some really good talent there. And that's what it basically comes down. Like Tice, a lot of people think that Daniel Tice would ultimately be the starting 5. If that's indeed what's going to happen there. A lot of people believe that that's what it's going to look like with Tice coming in a role we don't yet know. But if you look at what Willie Green could possibly do, he's kind of a play it safe type of coach at times. And you probably would see a Daniel Tice at the 5 position for him. He's a guy that can hit the 3. He plays defense. He's smart. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but in terms of talent and altogether, he's probably the best option currently on the team. Now, a lot of people are not excited about that because we see Daniel Tice as mostly a veteran backup guy, but they're looking to kind of mix and match Tice with Yves Missi and throw Carlo Mekabic in there some kind of way as well. But the thing is, and the reality is, we have to see exactly how this plays, like with Willie Green. Willie Green has to really solve his lineup, and that's something that when we get ready to start practicing and get the camps and all that stuff going, they'll have to determine who's the starting five the Pelicans get out there. It's still question marks whether it'll be Herb Jones or CJ McCollum at the 2 position. It's starting to look like now, as I'm thinking and we talking about it, could very well be CJ McCollum at the 2. A lot of people don't like that, but the bench, how do you like the bench with Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy? If Herb comes off the bench, Jose, Herb, Trey, then you have, you throw Jordan Hawkins in there, Yves, whatever the case may be. But the bench, my goodness, if that's the case, then of course you can mix and match because you become quite versatile too. But I really don't want to see Herb off the bench, but it just goes to, it just seeing how the Pelicans do certain things. I could see them having a matchup or a lineup with CJ McCollum out there. I wouldn't like that at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the look. All right, so anyway, let's keep it bucking, man, and let's go into this next one right here. I got dialed up right here from Clutch Sports. What the Pelicans must improve ahead of the 2024 season. And that's one of the things here, fam, to kind of talk about, as well as the Pelicans' weaknesses are clear and they need to address it. This is from Chris Dodson, Executive Vice President of Basketball of Griffin, has made significant moves this offseason, including acquiring all-star point guard DeJounte Murray and signing veteran center Daniel Tice. New Orleans nabbed promising Baylor big Yves Messi and sharpshooting Kentucky guard Antonio Reeves. And in the 24 draft, so I have the revamped front office struck with the homegrown core, despite the obvious weaknesses inherent in the Zion Williamson-Brandon Ingram pairing. Williamson, Ingram, McCollum are coming back to the Crescent City, barring the trade. Ingram may leave town before training camp, sure, but it is looking less likely by the day. The Cleveland Cavaliers did sign Jarrett Allen to a massive 3-year extension, ending the route to one trade partner. ESPN Zach Lowe reports that any movement in the Ingram market depends on Lauri Markkanen leaving the Utah Jazz first, which is not looking like he'll do that. Look like they're going to give him some money. Pelicans must improve shot selection, rebounding. Still the supporting cast of Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, Jose Alvarado means that this squad will look at least similar next season. So you can see they're taking on the approach like a lot of the ESPN people believe that CJ McCollum will start. And the reason why a lot of people think that is because of CJ's shooting. They're thinking if you put Herb in there, that lessens the 3-point shooting. Having CJ off ball CJ is good, but his defense ain't all that. It's not hitting on shit anyway, but off ball CJ is a plus with his 3-point shooting off DeJounte Murray. And then, of course, you can cover up some of that stuff by certain lineups if you have to. So anyway, let's finish up on this one here. Hold on, let me get it on the right. There you go. All right. So anyway, where was I? All right. A look at this 24-pack case of stats shows exactly what the Pelicans need to improve. Rebounding, defense, and 3-point volume, not ending possessions by clearing the boards and refusing to take the most valuable shot in basketball will be what tears this team apart. These shortcomings are not sitting on the bench either. All-star starting center is not, he says, an all-star starting center is not walking through those locker room doors for nothing. The second line, led by Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy III, already has a larger-than-life reputation. If the All-Stars want to make the roster work, they'll have to stick to the fundamentals and execute the game plan, calling for 43s per game. In the make or miss league, it's best to start with the offense. Willie Green's defense is already elite. All stats per 100 possessions and league rankings are in parentheses. The points per game, 116.5. That's good for 11th in the league. True shooting percentage, 59.1%, good for 10th. Effective field goal percentages, almost 56%, good for 11th. Points in the paint, 51.3. That's good for 10th in the NBA. Opponents' points in the paint, 46.6. That's 6th in the NBA. Threes attempted, 33. That's 23rd in the NBA. Then you take a look at the Percentage of 3-point shots, 37.3. That's 22nd. Opponent's percentage shooting the three, 39.1%. That's 29th. The rebounds, Pelicans are top 10, actually a top 8. 44.5. The offensive rebounds, 10.5, good for middle of the pack in the NBA. Rebounding percentage rate, 50.5. That's good for 10th. Second chance points, 14, which is good for 13th in the NBA. The shooting and rebound numbers are just above average, but not quite on the fringe of elite levels for the most part. Finding another handful of three-pointers, at least one per quarter, is a priority. There goes for taking away some second chance opportunities in the paint. Winning those math problems is part of the modern game. It's hard to do when seemingly every franchise has set a road a 3-point shooting record in the Smoothie King Center, right? Y'all remember that? Willie Green earning a defensive reputation, forcing more tough mid-range shots while avoiding the same will be the first thing opposing scouts notice next season. An active defense helping is step one. And some reserves will need to step up with Dyson Daniels leaving town. While some may lament the lack of proven experienced starting center, the Pelicans should be fine with Murray and Herb able to switch point of attack duties. Williamson and Ingram will have to step up for a full season. Trey Murphy III will have to out-compete rivals like Chet Holmgren to be worth nearly a max contract. Carlo Mekovic, Daniel Tice, and Yves Missi and Trey Jimerson, don't forget Trey Jimerson, can fully commit to clearing the glass. The center by committee approach means that the front office foursome can protect the paint, knowing they have fouls to give and will not be a focal point on the offense. So we just got a bunch of goons we could destroy at people. I mean, we got some. Hey, man, listen. If you had a gene smasher, right? If we had a gene smasher, we could take Daniel Tice, Yves, Trey Jimerson, and Carlo Mekovic and gene smash these guys into one center. We'd be doing all right, man. That'll be a pretty decent guy, wouldn't it be? If you had a gene smasher and you took Carlo Mekovic, Daniel Tice, and that's DC popping point. Welcome on DC. How you doing, sir?
Yo, y'all gotta excuse me. I'm out in the elements today, so I know my mic been sounding bad. Still ain't got the studio hooked up, but it's a little worse than usual today.
All right.
What's up?
So instead of hearing DC frying pineapples, it'll be like you popping popcorn. Is that what you're saying?
Big Q, when your world famous fried pineapples coming out, bro? Because you got the recipe. Real. You introduced me to fried pineapples. I didn't know what they were.
Man, get out of here. You know about that, man. Come on. All right. So anyway,
everybody know you look like a Jamaican chef, bro. I could pull up a bunch of Jamaican chefs and they look just like you.
Brother, no, sir. If you put
a Jamaican chef mixed with a Gene Deal who be talking about Puffy all the time.
Puff. And now. That's how you make his money. DC Gene got to talk about it.
Big old Gene, huh?
And now, the Pelicans got a Gene Smasher machine. Gene Deal. There you go. All right. So let me before I finish this article, DC. Let me say this, man. If we had a Gene, what player would that be? What player would that be, family? Let me ask y'all that. If we took all of those guys, all that boatload of center that we have.
Man, that's prime Akeem Olajuwon, bro. You take all three of them, put them together.
No, you got four.
Four? You take four of them? Oh, man. You
got four.
Voltron, bro.
It's Daniel Tice, Yves Missi, Carlo Mekovic, Trey Jimerson. And
that's a Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame center. Like, you got the body of Trey Jimerson, right? The shooting stretchability of Carlo, right? I guess I could say the rebounding and the screen setting of Daniel Tice, and the defensive mobility, athleticism of what's the boy name? Yves Missi. That's a dangerous player, Q.
I know, man.
Who's gonna be the brain though? I guess we got Daniel Tice would have to be the brain. He's probably the smartest of them all. So
right,
that's a dangerous player, man. So you got a 7'2". No, not 7'2". What is Trey Jimerson? He's almost 7 foot. He's 6'10" or 6'11".
I think they say they have them listed at 6'11", 6'11". You might as well say 7 feet. So yeah, he's a 7-footer that can.
Basically, it would be Dwight Howard with a jump shot.
That's scary.
Yeah, Dwight Howard with a jump shot, and
Without all the weirdness.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a nice way to say it. I don't want down the brother, but
Yeah, without the weirdness. Dwight Howard with
a
a
lot of
jump shot.
weirdness over there.
Weirdness. Yeah, a lot of weirdness, man. But anyway,
If,
yeah,
if it wasn't for the weirdness, I think he definitely would still be in the NBA. Definitely.
he took his weirdness on the road. DC, he's the owner of the Chinese team, the Taiwan team, I want to say. I think.
Yeah, and he was on Twitter requesting to have some men come out and assist in some type of way. It was a little weird. But
Let's keep it on. Let's keep it on course.
Let's move on.
Let's move on, DC. All right, he got a freaky dodash going on, man. We can chill out.
Wow.
All right, so anyway, man, let's keep it going, man. All right, so anyway, getting back to the article right here, the center by committee approach means that the front office foursome. Let's see where it was. The foursome of Carlo Makovic, Tice, Misi, Trey Jemison can fully commit to cleaning the glass, and then center by committee approach means the front office foursome can protect the paint by knowing they have fouls to give and will not be focal points on offense. So that is true. That we do have some bigs that can do different things. Yves Misi is a guy that can shot block and run the floor really, really well. Trey Jemison is a dude that plays defense, clean up the glass and handle his business there. Carlo Makovic has a good offensive touch, can not shoot the three consistently, but is getting better there. And it's a good, all those guys are lob threats to it, especially Carlo Makovic. And then Daniel Tice is obviously the more of intelligent, seasoned big there. So, I mean, it could work if Willie Green knows how to work it. So if he can incorporate him correctly, it could be something. The only problem is how good is Willie Green in mixing and matching with those rotations? That's the thing. And in his fourth year, like with everybody, not just the players and on the court, then you have to not assume, but know and say, hey, listen, Willie Green's been here going into his fourth season as an NBA head coach. At some point, he has to make a jump, right? We want to see him because you've seen guys that started the same time with Willie Green, and you could see how their jump was, like Jamal Mosley. Everybody knew Jamal Mosley potentially could be a good coach. Look what he's done with Orlando. He's taken that team. He's breathed life into that Orlando Magic team. They're dangerous. And they've had a really big quantum leap from where they were, because a lot of people didn't think they'll be relevant that fast. They thought it might be a little off. And we know he was there for the same amount of time Willie has been here. But his team is some believe ahead in their development. Now with the Pelicans, man, as well, we're looking for Willie Green to have somewhat of a clear, maybe not clear, but we need to see much more improvement from Willie Green coaching and play calling, understanding his players, his talents, and not over relying on one player have the discipline to be able to have not only just get the five starters going, but also have a relevant bench. Fam, we have another year of deep bench play from the Pelicans. We can't be looking at our bench and say, you know what? We can shrink the bench and only go with 8 or 9 guys every night, man. No, we got to be
hard for Willie to mess this up, though, man. If we being honest,
hold on,
just looking for.
Hold on, just a second. So I'm gonna turn it over to him and let you have the whole thing, bro. Let me finish this. I was just touching on something, but I hit these stats. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Just a second. So thank you, sir. All right, so steals 8.4 and steals at second, blocks is 4.7 with 19. The defensive rating.
Go ahead.
It had nothing to do with that. Defensive rating 111.9. That's tied for 6th. and opponent's effective field goal percentage 54.1%, which is 12th in the NBA. Again, front office still has to navigate trade scenarios into the deadline, but all 5 Southwest Division squads look ready to compete for at least an NBA play-in tournament spot. Everything depends on the injury bug, especially in the Big Easy. Defense is the team's fallback plan to keep things close regardless of who is available. The mantra has worked in the past as Green has gotten to the postseason. After historically bad starts, the franchise fought to the end last year as well, but once Williamson went on to IR, the rest of the season felt like a formality. And of course they're saying maximizing Zion's talent. So before we get into that section, go ahead, DC, my brother. Go ahead and talk about the Willie thing that you wanted to add.
Well, you're actually really good at something Willie Green is not, and that's calling timeouts. That was an excellent timeout you called when I was talking about Willie Green, when you proceeded to speak the article, and it was actually in the flow of the podcast. So if Willie could just do that and let James Borrego have more of an influence on the offense, we know what Willie gonna bring defensively. I mean, the Pelicans could be really damn good in spite of Willie Green. Won't
Well,
be because of Q. Sorry.
I mean, how you being good in spite of? He's the head coach.
Because you got DeJounte Murray, man. DeJounte Murray about to run everything around now.
He works with the coach, man. What you talking about? Why are you trying to separate everybody? Why are you?
But all the shit that Willie Green do that don't make sense, DeJounte Murray gonna say no.
But
And he only gonna do the stuff that Willie do that makes sense.
But that
when
means
Willie Green on this bullshit, they're gonna go renegade and it's gonna benefit the team.
So Willie is not going to change in league with his star point guard. That's all I'm saying.
Willie Green's best ability is his stubbornness, Q. The last thing I expect from Willie Green is to change. Hopefully he can learn and improve, but change, no. He's going to stick to his philosophy and stick to his guns. He's stubborn. Very stubborn and hard-headed.
Bro, don't you understand?
We're going to continuously run small ball. They're going to have a center. We're probably going to be arguing about the center rotation until we trade BI. Because they're going to have one of these guys, everybody going to look at him and be like, oh, he should be starting. But you know what Willie going to do? He's going to start the other guy. Or maybe he does start the guy we want him to start, right? And the second center is going to play the most minutes. So I can't expect the zebra to change their stripes. All I can do is hope that we put the right pieces in place to where the zebra can be the zebra, if you know what I'm saying. I ain't talking about referees, I'm talking about Willie Green. And speaking on that, maybe, just maybe, Willie could call a fucking challenge every game. Don't take it home. We don't need to save it. We can't roll them over. This ain't like in the early 2000s with rollover minutes. No, take the challenge and call it, man.
Won't happen.
Use your challenges.
Won't happen. That won't happen, bro. Now you asking.
So you don't even believe it.
I don't. You about that challenge? Challenge and the challenge of game. No, that's not going to happen. Now about a zebra changing his stripes.
Okay, can we at least get Willie to get mad and talk about some of the BS we watch on the court after the game? Can we at least have that? Because good coaches, they don't ignore the obvious and act like we just got to keep getting better when people messing over your team and it's being unfair and you're being cheated. You just never mention it?
You know what, DC?
We got to earn that. We got to earn it. So Zion got to earn not getting smacked in the face and them not calling a foul. He got to earn it?
Well, that was
some of those fouls should just be called. Other ones, it's like, okay, that's a little ticky-tack. Yeah, Zion a big dude. He hit him a little bit, but you can let that go. But some, bro, it's like, come on, man. Think about any other great coach in the league. If they had a player like Zion and he would get fouled in some of the ways we see Zion get fouled, man, that damn coach would be getting ejected, bro. They wouldn't have it. He'll get ejected, and then when that don't work, he'll probably talk Zion to get an ejection. Because you know why? If Zion gets ejected, right, because of a bad call, you know what the league is going to have to do? They're going to have to adjust the way they call the game because Zion is a superstar. People want to watch him. And if you put him out the game because he went haywire for a call that really was messed up, that's not good for business.
All I can say, man, in the end is that 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 won't happen. Willie Green is not going to challenge a play every game. He's not going to do that. Willie Green is not going to blow up on a bad call from the referees. We've seen several atrocious nine calls that happened to Zion Williamson. When he get knocked on his
Well,
ass,
he gonna keep being the same, then Q. These
well,
are the changes he need to make.
well, that's what I'm saying. He's up, but he already told you that, DC. He already told you that he's not gonna that he's not gonna lose any money. He told you that.
Well,
Remember
his
that?
name tell me everything, man. Willie is green, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, he been here for 4 years. But it's hard to say the man's still green. He been coaching the NBA team
He
for 4.
green, Q. He been here 4 years and still don't know when to call the timeout. He green, Q.
It is the bottom line is this: what you ask
I
him to
like him
do.
though. I like him as a person. Everything I'm talking about is just strictly him as a coach. As a person, I think
You're
the players like him. I think he has a good pulse on the team for his understanding guys and all the off court stuff and all the mentorship stuff you want your coach to be. But we need more. We need more tenacity, man. We need more want to. We need more buy-in from Willie Green on the darker side of the game. You know that good coaches know how to master too. You got to use that dark psychology a little bit too, man. Out there, man.
oh, he
It's
ain't gonna do.
a strategic game, man.
He ain't
And
gonna do.
violence and aggression is a part of it. We can't
Oh, he ain't gonna do that.
continuously be church boys and pray to the. I mean, you look at Mark Jackson, man. Mark Jackson was a God fearing man, but he wasn't gonna take no mess, bro.
Yeah, but that was. But
You can be like that and still have your
DC.
morals intact.
Yeah, but DC. Mark Jackson played like that. That was his gritty style of play. So he basically, when he was head coaching, he breathed that type of mentality into the teams that he was dealing with because that's what his signature style of play was.
All
Well,
right, Q. I got one better. Can
hold
we
on.
put
Let me finish.
Brandon Ingram in the best situation to succeed with Zion Ingram, with Zion, or vice versa? Can Willie do that?
Can he put?
How you gonna defend this? Yeah. Can we put our star players in better situations to succeed?
I think we
Why does
can.
Zion get hot and people start looking him away? Why do certain players on the team get hot and Willie Green sit him on the bench?
Stupid, inexperienced, making bad decisions. But that's the point of emphasis I'm
But
talking.
all that's in the past. And that's all changed this year.
That's all changed. You know why it changed? Because you got DeJounte
Based
Murray.
on what?
On DeJounte Murray. That's the biggest. That's the big chip. The floor
Okay,
general.
well, I agree with that. So
Right.
DeJounte Murray gonna tell him how to do substitutions.
That's what I was telling you.
All right. Well, DeJounte Murray gonna be coach on the team, and
Hold on.
Willie Green, when he talking that bullshit, DeJounte Murray gonna go renegade, like I told you, and that's gonna help us.
DeJounte Murray is not going to go renegade on Willie Green.
If Willie calling some dumb shit and everybody know it ain't gonna work, I
DeJounte
guarantee they
Murray
will.
is a team-minded person.
Bi was already going renegade, man.
That's Bi. DeJounte Murray is not going to go renegade on Willie, man. Especially when he's the point guard. It's a different relationship that the floor general.
But what if it's good for the team, Q?
Hold on, bro. Listen, I'm saying that Willie Green it's improves through his floor general. They have to be on the same line, and that's regardless if DeJounte's right or Willie's right. They have to.
I think Big Q need to put that tap dancing emoji up there for himself.
It's not tap dancing, bro. That's facts.
Kevin said, "When will this world judge people on performance over personality?" Thank you, talking about you, Big Q.
What I'm saying is when when will this world judge people on performance over personality? It's not about personality. It's about Willie Green as the head coach. It's facts. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's facts. It's Willie Green, not the head coach. It's DeJounte Murray now the floor general for the Pelicans. They're both. This is the truth.
But you're trying to give Willie Green credit for DeJounte Murray.
I didn't give
Or
no.
was DeJounte Murray about to break?
I didn't do none of that. All I said was that the floor general, DeJounte Murray, and Willie Green have to be on the same line. They have to be in harmony with each other on how this is going to go. That's what I said. Now, the team will improve. And I say Willie Green improves along with his point guard because there are certain things that DeJounte Murray will see that Willie probably won't see and vice versa. Those guys will have to communicate and be on the same line. And if they do that, then you'll see the Pelicans improve as a whole. I don't separate the head coach in the point guard of the team apart. We need both of these guys to be in harmony with each other so the Pelicans can take the next step. And Willie Green needs to listen to his staff, his people like Borrego, who came back, and other. He has a pretty good assistant staff. He needs to start opening up his goddamn ears and listening to some of these other people. If he knows that he doesn't have the feel for the game, and it shows that he doesn't have the feel to know when to make the calls, when you see the shifts about to happen and all that, I'm pretty sure he got assistant coaches that does. So if he knows where he's weak at, he has to allow his top assistants to say, hey, coach, we need this or whatever. That's what has to happen. They're supposed to work together as a group. And the dude ain't perfect, and he understands that. We know that about Willie Green. But at the same time, they have to work together to make this work, or it won't work at all, is what I'm saying. So we can't have one dude doing something against the other dude. That just gonna tear the team up. That's all I'm saying. And we don't need to have that. We need everybody in harmony and doing the right shit. Willie need to step his goddamn game up with his strategies and do better there, offensively speaking. He needs to listen more to James Borrego. I'm with that. I don't consider Willie Green.
So Willie need to show the team more love, Q. He need to improve the love doctrine.
Where are you getting
Willie needs more love.
Where are you getting all this from? The stuff that you just
He has
made no reference
an immeasurable capability to love, Q. We know that.
I made no reference of love. I'm talking strictly basketball here. I don't know where you coming out of the blue with love and all that shit from. I make no reference to any emotion.
You have some compassion and be joyous about it.
Have some compassion. This is a strict basketball move.
And use your mindfulness.
Okay, I will use my mindfulness. I guarantee you that you won't see no aggressive words on them damn walls. You're gonna have the same wording up there. Mindfulness, together, not togetherness.
Man, the Jate go tell all that shit down, right?
He is not. He ain't
the first practice.
You gonna jump up there and tear it down? It's 20-something feet in the air.
Borrego go hop up there and put violence up there. Play with violence. That's gonna be so happy.
Okay, all right. Okay, I got you, DC. All right. So anyway, let's move on, man. Let's get to this section of the article right here. Family, by the way, thank y'all for being here, man. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Much love. But shout out to all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. All right. Maximize Zion Williamson's strength. And also, by the way, family, if y'all want to chime in, man, we won't be going extra long today, rather. I have another stream, a Saint stream that'll be popping up around about 2:00. So probably another hour and some change will go on. So if you want to be heard, just, pop in, drop your thoughts on the Pelicans and what you think. The link is pinned to the chat as well. And once again, thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button and feel free to share the show. I'm reading some of y'all comments. Y'all crazy, man. Anyway, maximizing Zion Williamson's strengths is key to success. Yes, indeed. The Point Zion experiment paired with Green's defensive-minded coaching was working, though. Williamson was last seen dropping 40 points on LeBron's Lakers. How about that game, man? I love that game. Ingram is itching to change the narratives following a disastrous 12-month stretch, including Team USA duty. The over 30 CJ McCollum and now on his third team, Murray, might have their best shots at an NBA Finals appearance. Williamson works best in transition, and when defenses are trying to focus on secondary actions, he can have the ball out. He can have the ball, but needs the space created by off-ball actions. The stats suggest that the Pelicans can play a bit faster, share the ball, and still win the turnover battle. Let me kind of put this on the screen so y'all can see the stats a little clearer. All right. So anyway, here's the turnovers. 13.2. That's 12th in the NBA. Opponents turnovers, 14.4. That's 7 points off turnovers, 17.6, which is good for 5th in the NBA. Opponents points off a turnover, 15.6. That's top 10. Assists per contest, 27.3. That's 10th. Assist ratio, 19.4. That's 10th. Assist percentage, 36.4. That's 15th. The pace stats, 98.7. That's good for 16th, middle of the pack. Quite frankly, with those motivations and proven talents, it's not hard to see why the Pelicans think this could be their year to win a division title. The franchise has one banner in 2008 hanging in the Smoothie King Center as it is. Adding a second to the opposite side to open Williamson's first NBA playoffs game in the blender would be a boon to the home court advantage. The Pelicans just cannot rest on their first round exit laurels when it comes to addressing the weak points, the recipe for more NBA play and torture at best. So we have to improve there. So anyway, that's the article. Shout out to Clutch Sports, kind of dropping the science on that. So Point Zion, DC, to talk about that, man. Like we said, and we are in agreement here.
Yeah.
We're obviously
I think we need to put a vote in the chat, though.
a what?
A vote in the chat. We need to get the chat to vote on who thinks Willie Green will succeed as Pelicans head coach next year.
DC.
That
Listen,
should be a vote.
DC, we done moved on, brother. We talk about Point Zion
I
experiment,
know,
bro.
but I mean, maybe we can touch on it, later on in the show. We can go on to talk about Point Zion. You put that vote in it, you can make up whatever vote you want to make up about Point Zion.
What's the question, brother?
Will Willie Green be successful as a coach of the New Orleans Pelicans this year?
Will Willie Green? I will say yes.
Or you can rephrase it, Not if the Pelicans will be successful. I think Willie Green can be a horrible coach. The Pelicans still be successful.
I don't see how that will work. If you got a horrible coach, he would not.
How about this?
He still have to do his job, bro.
Would we prefer to have another coach other than Willie Green's coach the Pelicans, or James Borrego or Willie Green? Put a vote up there for that. James Borrego or Willie Green. There's a lot of ways you can go with it, Big Q. We love you here, brother. We got to break you out of your delusion, man. You the only person who believes this shit about Willie Green.
No, it's not. You're not listening to me, brother.
Let the family speak. Put a vote up there. And let the family chime in. And you can look at the results yourself.
I don't even know what kind
and
of
you're still entitled to your opinion, because, we rocking with you, man. PPR for life. But yeah, I ain't buying none of the Willie stuff you spitting out, brother.
So
but anyway, we can move on to Point Zion. You'll figure out how to put that poll up.
No, you ain't gonna do all that. You ain't gonna
what's the matter?
Pivot away and run away like that.
I'm not running. I was slowly walking.
No, you definitely ran away from that one.
I didn't run. I mean, it wasn't a fight, so I started walking off.
All I said was that the team, they need to be in harmony with each other. That's all I'm saying. And I think that they
need to play with compassion, joy, and mindfulness. Then, right? That would definitely put them in harmony. Huh?
You throwing emotions in there that I had nothing to do. I didn't say anything about emotions. That's harmony. You have to play.
Your emotions got to be on one page to be in harmony, brother.
I didn't say
them emotions all over the place.
As a team, they have to work together.
Okay.
Have a synergy and harmony for that to work. So the head coach, which is Willie, has to get with his point guard on the floor general, who will be orchestrating all of this, making sure the right people get the ball, setting up everything. Offensively and defensively, they have to be on the same page for us to maximize the team and move. That's all I'm saying. I think that with DeJounte and Willie working together, that, like I said, you'll see his differences because they're different. Willie will see what DeJounte saying, and DeJounte will see what Willie's saying. That has to work, And then, of course, you saying that they're going to win in spite of Willie Green. I'm like, no, they're not. You can't win in spite of the man when he the one that got to make all of the calls out there. He's the one that's directing everything. How you going to win in spite of somebody and they're the damn head coach? It's not going to work like that. That'll only cause problems. But anyway, go ahead, DC. I'm going to put this poll together.
Who was the head coach of the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls before they won a championship? What was his name? Does anybody remember?
Doug Collins.
Doug Collins.
What about Doug Collins, bro?
Can Willie Green be our Doug Collins?
Bro, what is you talk? Go ahead, DC. Floor is yours, brother. It's all good. Go ahead. What does Doug Collins got to do with Willie Green, bro? What are you talking about, man?
Willie Green is the coach before the coach, Q.
What are you talking about, DC? What are you talking about, bro?
Willie Green is the coach you have before you get a real coach.
So Willie Green's is Doug Collins. Is that what you said?
He's a very respectable one. I don't even know if he's Doug Collins. I'm asking if he could be. That would be very high marks.
Oh man!
Because the guy before Doug Collins really sucked. But Doug Collins was like a step up. So we had like, Alvin
The
Gentry
guy
and
before, I don't remember the
Stan
guy.
Van Gundy. Exactly. Willie Green, when we talk about the legacy of the Pelicans, I think he would at least be memorable. You know, if we go ahead and win a finals or something, we definitely would talk about, oh, y'all remember we had Willie Green, and right before, that's when the team was coming up, he got them guys to play, be professionals, and be upstanding men. But this other coach came, boy, and it just brought out a monster in them. It'd be conversation to go something like that. But I'm just saying, Willie Green is the coach before the coach, and that's the best thing I could say about him. He's not a horrible coach by a long shot. We can get to the playoffs for Willie, but as far as us doing anything meaningful, I don't think we do. If we do something meaningful, my whole point in bringing up Doug Collins would be, then Willie Green would be Doug Collins because he was a coach before the coach, but he was a good coach before the coach. You get me?
Doug Collins was a solid coach. He just didn't have
Exactly.
a team.
Exactly. So can Willie Green be our Doug Collins?
I don't know, DC.
It
I don't.
sounds like an insult, but it's not really that bad.
Nah, you gotta to unpack it because Doug Collins was a solid coach, man. He's a smart coach. He just didn't have a good team. He didn't have a good team. Would Doug Collins be able to win a championship if he had Phil Jackson's team?
I don't know. But I can tell you this. Maybe he could win a championship. But I don't believe he'd have won 6.
I think he would have won a championship with one of those. If he had,
I think he could have won one.
He could have won one. I give him one. Maybe 2.
I think he could have won one.
Maybe 2. DC. If you had Jordan.
I mean, he had Michael Jordan playing at an MVP level.
Right. He just didn't have it.
The best years of Michael Jordan's career statistically came under Doug Collins.
Yeah, when he had Oakley up there. So I mean, they had some different people, man. But
now let me tie it all in for you. Can Willie Green be our Doug Collins by maximizing Zion Williamson?
Orlando
which we'll go into.
Wow.
Huh?
Orlando. He went back on that one there, Kevin, man.
Michael Jordan, they had people on the team doing coke. I stayed in my room. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah. So the whole point of me bringing up Doug Collins is, Michael Jordan had some of his best years. Willie Green's best attribute as a coach can be leaning fully into Zion Williamson, man. Let's take the kid gloves off, put everything on his shoulders in the beginning of the season. Let's not baby step into it. Matter of fact, at this point, if Zion get hurt, I would prefer that he gets hurt early so he can come back late at least. So can Willie Green maximize him? And I think a big step in maximizing Zion would be able to create easy points for Zion while also maximizing other players. We know Trey gets easy points. CJ McCullough, kinda, get easy points. B.I. never gets any easy points. He takes the toughest shots in the league. Can he find easy points for his best players? It's really that simple, man. Maximizing the team around them, right? Running the best lineups that benefit these guys and finding easy points. They're going to get the hard buckets. They're going to create their situations with the hard shots. We have to find the easy points. They don't get a lot of those, man. So DeJounte Murray for sure helps that tremendously. But it's also on Willie Green's shoulder to be able to get in the lab with Borrego and help to agree upon, design, find, however they go about it, an offense that can generate easy looks for their star players. Because we have 2 guys that make incredibly tough shots. So if you combine that with the ability of getting them easy shots, their efficiency goes through the roof. As good as Zion was last year, it's almost like unbelievable when I go back and I look at his rookie year where the dude was shooting these crazy ass shots the way he does with hitting them at 63, 64%. It's insane, bro. On the amount of attempts that he has. Can we get Zion's efficiency back there with him playing with the type of tenacity, uh, determination, and energy he was playing with last year on both sides of the ball? Because if you can do that, you're looking at an MVP player.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point, DC. I can't argue with that, bro. I mean, it's all about Zion, man. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what a lot of people.
Willie Green got to be our Doug Collins for that to happen, though, Q. Or it's gonna be the same thing.
I think it's disrespectful to
Unless
Collins.
DeJounte Murray just be go renegade and they do their own thing.
I think it's disrespectful and for
Disrespectful what?
For Doug Collins, for Willie Green to be for Doug Collins and Willie Green to be linked like that, because Doug Collins was a good coach. To be honest, no disrespect to Willie, but Willie has a long. He got a ways to go.
That's the ceiling, Q.
I got you.
Him, that, and maybe Mike Brown, or what he was able to do with Cleveland. That's the ceiling, bro.
There you go with the
That's
Mike
the
Brown.
most we can get out of Willie.
Two
defensive-minded head coaches that came into the league, young players, coaches that didn't have offense. It's a hell of a comparison, bro. It ain't that hard to see.
Nah, but the thing is, it's a difference, man. Willie Green he got to make a step there, man. He got to make a step. He got to make a step in this fourth season, man. He got to show something that he hadn't been showing the last 3 years. It's time for you to be able to, take it to the next level here. That's what I'm talking about. It's a next level step right here. We need to see from some of these coaches, man. That's how I go. And Willie Green is a guy, man. We know Willie Green can coach up some defense. We know that, but what about the rest of the stuff that he struggles with? We have to be. He has to fix that. Like I said with DeJounte Murray, he fixes a lot of stuff.
He struggles with everything except defense, Q.
Certain things, DC, I can't argue with you on that, brother. I know you're looking for an argument on that, and some of it it's true. You're very right on that, bro. All right. Shout out to the faithful, man. Y'all in here. The poll says, will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season? 59% of the family members, DC says yes, he will, and 41 says no. So the flock in this speak, and feel free if you guys haven't voted in the poll, please hit that poll up in the chat. It's will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season? 56% says now it's 59%. Well, it's dropped to 56%. So 56% says yes. DC.
Man, stop it, Q. Only 10 people got it now. Let the people finish voting, bro, before you start prattling off percentages.
It's just telling you what the poll is right now. What you talking about, bro? Before I start prattling off stats, is that what it is? Stat prattling, DC?
Stat percentage prattling.
You're accusing me of stat prattling? That's on some Mickey Loomis type stuff, brother. That's how I go, brother. Oh man,
I gotta call it like I said, brother. I gotta call it like I said.
No. You just listen to the sports cone. Stat prattling. Oh man, he hit me with my own word. Okay, DC, I see you, brother. I see. All right. So some solely trained says, I think the second half of the season will be better than the first half because they'll make a trade for a big man from a tanking team before the trade deadline. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you for that. All right, man. All right. Master Cobb says Willie's success depends on whether Zion can stay healthy. Honestly, if they have not fixed that, I do not see him in the position for long. Thank you, Master Connor. Big ups to you. As well, brother Kevin says Willie Green being a solid head coach equals me being an astronaut. Okay, all right, Kevin. All right, astronaut Kev's in the building. All right.
Kev basically said he could coach the team and we still have a winning record.
I know. He said him working for NASA. Okay, Pelicans Nola says Willie Green will never change. Come on, fam. What are y'all talking about? People will change or they'll make a change. That's just how it is. Either he changes or they'll make.
You're gonna change clothes.
No. What I'm saying is either he changes or there will be changes. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no I'm not, or I'm gonna stay the same. No, I mean, and Kevin made a good point. Kevin Byers drew up the fact that, and I agree with this. He says, Borrego came back because he possibly sees a head coach job coming. And he going over here talking to Cleveland about their job. I'm going to talk to Detroit. I'm talking to this. If he stays putting the Willie Green team underachieves, Willie Green will be the guy that will be marked for termination. He will be, because it won't be David Griffin. It won't be Bryce. That's what it comes down to. So either he changes or a change will be made. Bottom line. So and I think Willie wants to stay the coach. He will change. I ain't talking about a great change, but like I said, DeJounte Murray and him will have to work together. That's no disputing that. All right. Greg said he won't change. All right, thank you. No problem, bro. All right. No problem, bro. Appreciate you. All right, what's up, brother Don? He says Borrego winning chips and Nola. See, a lot of the family members see that too about Borrego. Hey, we got a caller. Shout out to you, fam. It's who's that? State of the Pelicans. What's up, DJ, man? How you doing, man?
Well, no, what's going on?
Good, brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. This time, my guy Carlo Mekovic. I told DC, I told y'all that they were gonna sign him, and they actually did it.
Oh, go ahead, DJ. Talk your noise, bro. Talk your noise, man. Go ahead and talk it, brother. Because you deserve to shut DC up for all that bull he was talking. Go ahead, brother.
DC don't kill me, bro. Don't sweat me. But
he can't say nothing bad. He was wrong. Go ahead, DJ. The floor is yours.
I still think we need a starting center, but the center that we have on the roster right now, top 2 tier, if so. But I just gotta see how it's gonna work out in preseason, and go from there. Now that we got DeJounte like a true point guard, that's gonna change up the lineup, because I'm not putting Herb on the bench. The man he just got first rookie all team defense, and he got a holiday named after it. So I'm not putting Herb on the bench. So your starting five should be Murray, Herb, B.I., Zion, and I'm assuming whatever center they're going to roll out with. Your bench, that's questionable, because you don't have Dyson Daniels. We don't have Larry Nance no more. Cody Zeller, I don't even know why they signed him. That's just over with. It's gonna be an interesting preseason. That's all I'm gonna say.
They traded Cody Zeller, DJ. Cody Zeller was in the Murray trade with EJ Light, so he ended up with Atlanta. So
and shit, EJ Light, he got traded twice.
Yeah, he ended up with Phoenix.
Yeah, EJ's in a really good situation, I believe, in Phoenix, man. I think he has an opportunity to get some meaningful minutes, because they need role players off the bench, man. It's kind of wide open, that bench rotation. So shout out to him. What's up, DJ?
What's going on, DC? What's going on?
I'm cooling, man. Just trying to talk some sense in the big Q about Willie Green. That's all.
All right, DC, stop deflecting. You want to respond to what DJ was saying about Carlo Mekovic and how you were wrong about that, sir?
Wait, what?
You want to talk about DJ's comment on Carlo Mekovic?
I got a question.
What's
I
up?
got a question, DJ.
Don't deflect.
You come in and you in the show all the time, man. What have I said about Carlo Mekovic? Have I ever talked down on Carlo Mekovic, DJ?
You know what though? That was Lex. So she was like, well,
No.
Carlo Mekovic, they might sign him, but he ain't no good. She was saying something about it. I don't know. It was either DC or
No, it was DC. No doubt about it.
I never said nothing bad about Carlo.
No, it was what you said about DJ was saying how Carlo Mekovic's impact could be. And like, that type of stuff. That's what you was on. I'm just keeping it all the way funky.
No, I said it's to be seen. I would love to hope it could be that, but we got to see it against regular players. I'm very intrigued by Carlo Mekovic. When DJ would talk about where's Carlo, I said all last season. I said DJ, I don't know, but why not give him a shot? Larry Nance always hurt. We put him on the bench. He didn't play. I was like, I like to see him in game action. I've always spoke positively of Carlo Mekovic. I like Carlo Mekovic. I always did
I hear
since
you,
we
DC.
drafted him.
I hear you, brother. Okay. All right.
Now,
Yeah.
if you say Darian Sebron, that's a different story. I didn't have a lot of good to say about Darian Sebron.
Well, I agree with you on that. Darren Sebron, yeah, I didn't see the fascination we had with him at the time either. I have to agree with you on that one. What you
Where
think?
is he at anyway?
I don't know where he ended up.
He definitely somewhere. He ain't here.
Somebody picked him up. I want to say somebody picked him up. But DJ, what do you think about the center, the group center approach the Pelicans might be using that they're using this year? What you think about that?
I mean, he's not like a young. Well, he's not a stretch, but he is a stretch. I mean, he could shoot. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, because we had Steven Adams and it didn't work. Jonas, I mean, he was kind of slow-footed, so that didn't work as well. Well, I don't want to say that that didn't work. It's just that they didn't use him right. So, what the hell?
You can't keep bubble gum and walk, motherfucker. You trying to drive and talk.
Get out! You've been joking all day. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I gotta see how that shit gonna work.
All right, DJ. Appreciate you chiming in, my brother. As always, man. Much love, man. Be safe out there, bro, on that road, man. Y'all take it easy, brother. Thank you.
You too.
All right. All right. Shout out to you. All right, fam. All right, y'all want to chime in like DJ. Shout out to him, man. Y'all please feel free to hit the link. It's pinned to the chat currently. The poll now for will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pelicans is 54%. Vote right now, yes, 46 no. So that's the count right now as it stands, DC. All right, anyway, let's keep it going. In there, Master Connor says this could potentially be a sink or swim, especially when you acquire a very good piece to your team. I still feel like we need a starting center, but by some miracle, rookie or vet do work, then it's a W. All right, thank you, fam. Appreciate you. On that Pelicans notice says, y'all know Willie Green is going to play Zion at the 5 and play some small ball. Yeah, and we anticipate that, bro. We anticipate that as well. Kevin says, Q, with this Willie talk, you looking to get in good?
I don't hate Zion at the 5, man. I don't. With a point guard, I don't.
I don't like him at the 5.
I don't like him at the 5 all game, as our major lineup, but I think it has a lot of potential, man, to be something special. If somebody like Trey is in the lineup or BI ups his rebound.
DC fell out of there. All right, okay. That's that Horizon internet service that DC has on that damn island. I told him to get him a internet booster, man. I told him get him a booster. All right, big ups to Lane. Lane says, I think people need to realize BI will not gonna be signed no extension. Okay, he won't sign extension. I got you. He will either be traded now and at the end of the season, I believe that's a fact. Okay, thank you, Lane. Appreciate your comment on that. Jay Black. What's happening, Jay Black? He says 420-point scores on the Pelicans. All right, there you go, DC. Did you
kick me out made sense. Kick me out. Just because I'm okay with Zion playing center, bro. That's crazy.
No, sir. Your Horizon service dropped you out. I had nothing to do with that, sir. All right. Michael says, no, he definitely won't be here long. I told you get an internet booster. You don't listen. All right. There you go.
An internet booster. I'm supposed to get an internet booster and use that while I'm walking around outside.
Carry it with you.
You want me to walk around with carry a backpack with an internet booster?
That's right. Just put it next to the bag. You got the rest of the pineapples in it. You'll be all right. All right.
Boy, them pineapples are melt. Boy, it's hot as hell out here.
All right. I bet, man. Hey, bro, I was driving along in New Orleans, brother. Guess what? I seen somebody lost a bunch of melons on the side of the road, bro, laid up on somebody's shit came out the truck. It was a bunch of
Damn.
melons. Yeah, on the interstate. I was like, it was off to the side. Somebody pushed them off to the side, man. It was crazy, man. All right. Shalom. Shout out to you, 504 Doc. Appreciate you, man, as well. Much love. Yeah, DC is driving. LOL, no bars at the moment. No, he walking.
Man, I'm walking. I ain't driving. I'm walking today. Y'all got to create a new one. I'm walking. Excuse me, I can't reply. I'm walking.
All right. All right. So anyway, man, go ahead, DC. Go ahead. You wanted to say something, brother?
Nothing, man. I was just saying, talking about the Zion 0.5 thing, man. I don't think it'll be a complete disaster if it's done right. But if you overextend those minutes, then obviously you'll be in a negative with it. But you have to be strategic about it. But I think we have a huge advantage of playing Zion at the 5, Herb at the 5, or Trey at the 5. Any type of small ball 5 that brings a lot of scoring with some defensive ability. All three of those guys do that. So they definitely should have a lineup where you got all of them out there. Like, everybody's worried about who we gonna stop, who we gonna stop. I'm gonna ask you this question: who the fuck gonna stop us? That's the thing. Like, you gotta be strategic about when you do it. You know, maybe it's a lineup you can go to when you're having a tough time offensively. You know what I'm saying? It's a lineup you can go to where you got the lead and you're seeing the momentum shift and you just want to throw something out there. It's a lineup you probably can go to maybe close the game. It's a lot of ways you can implement that, man, and be successful.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's a point. I mean, it does make the Pelicans quite versatile. I mean, I won't dispute that, DC, but that's the positive of it. Like, right, you and like Jay. Shout out to my brother Jay Black. He said 23. I mean, what he said, 4 20-point scores on the Pelican squad currently. We used to be guard by committee approach is adjusted to center by. Now it's center by committee approach, and could it work? The thing is, can we come up and of course the answer is going to be small ball, whether it's Zion. But let me ask you this, DC, and the family members, Zion at the 5, and like you said, in certain increments. But do you have any concerns about the fragility of Zion Williamson playing the 5 spot?
I do not, because what people fail to realize, everybody, oh, Zion at the 5. Do y'all watch when Zion go to the lane? Zion is going to take abuse no matter what. And I'm not saying we're going to run Zion at the 5. I don't think you should run Zion at the 5 when you playing Joel Embiid, or Jokic. You know, when you got one of these premier centers out there, no, we're gonna put somebody on them to slow them down. But they got a ton of other teams where you can run Zion at the 5. Who's Phoenix center? Like, you scared of Zion playing at the 5 against him? Like, come on, man. Like, they got a lot of ways you can go about implementing this. Well, I don't think it would be as big of a deal. And again, I'm not saying do it all game. I don't think you should run him at the 5 all game. And I don't even know if you really have to run him at the 5. I'm just saying put one of those guys I mentioned at the 5. Zion can be statistically out there at the 5, and you probably don't even still have him stick the center. Maybe it's they don't have the greatest perimeter scorer this night, and you got Herb on that guy, or whatever, man. It takes strategy, right, and good coaching. So I understand the apprehension of a lot of people, because if we had a better coach, then people probably feel more confident about this. But nobody trusts Willie Green to implement this lineup strategically in the way that it should. And I understand that.
Well, all I could tell you is that 57% of the pollers says that Willie Green will be successful this season. That's all I got to say.
How long the show is?
Just to show it's going to be as long as it needs to be, sir. I mean, it's
okay. Well, tell me at the end of the show.
Did you vote?
Huh?
Did you vote?
I can't. I'm walking.
Okay, then. All right, then. That's it. Then your vote.
I have a verbal
you ever
vote.
Heard that before? You ever heard that before? Your vote don't count then if you didn't use it.
I have a verbal vote.
Yeah. If you ain't put it in the chat, then I don't want to hear it, brother. I don't want to hear it.
Will Kamala Harris stand in line and vote for herself? I didn't think
Yeah.
so.
Yes, she will.
She gonna bring a bucket of fried chicken and some hot sauce too?
I don't know if she eat fried chicken. I don't know if she do, man. Not every black
I'm
person
sure
eat.
she eat Indian curry though.
Oh, she'll tear that shit up. Got some hot sauce in her bag for that. You know. But I don't know, DC. I don't know. Who knows, brother? All right. Lane says signing BI cripples the franchise with no avenue to sign player like Trey. I'd watch for a trade with the Jazz, to be honest. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. John, how you doing, sir? Go Pels, man. Shout out to brother John. Jordan says, yes, man, I have concerns about Zion playing the 5. Because that was the question about fragility. Cap Manny says, I do. He fouls a lot. So he has a problem. Kevin says no offense, DC, but no offense, DC, but we need Lex here now to get Q straight on Willie. Much love. Yeah.
I feel you, man. Q pretty stubborn like Willie, man. So
Oh, come on, man.
we need
No.
another voice of reason in the bill. I'm a little too extreme today. Lex will come in and present a nice, pleasant vibe, and maybe she could talk some sense in the big Q. I think I'm triggering her.
No.
So you're right, man. I agree.
Nah, Lex doesn't like Willie at all, and Kevin knows that. He don't. You can't reach Lex with nothing good about Willie.
Lex loves Willie.
She does not like Willie Green.
He loves Willie.
And she will go off.
She just want him to be a little more violent.
Man, if I say Lex it says about Willie, Lex goes off about 15-minute rant on Willie Green. She doesn't like Willie Green.
Is she wrong?
No. A lot of what Lex is saying is true. She's 100% real deal. But I never said Willie Green was going to be some super coach. I never said. All I said is that my point guard, Murray, my head coach, Willie Green, he's your head coach too, by the way, Faithful. He's your head coach too, whether you like it or lump it. Willie Green is your head coach too. That the head coach and the point guard, my floor general, Murray, have to be on the same page. That's what I said. And through both of them being on the same page should help the team as well as themselves improve and take the next step, because we need to take the next step.
Now, I got a question.
Can I finish my thought first? I'm saying that. Okay, thank you. All right, so my thing is the next step is 50 plus wins. The next step is being a top 3 team in the Western Conference, getting beyond the first round, getting into deeper layers of the playoffs. That's the next step. That's all I'm saying here, fam. I'm not saying anything else about Willie Green, this, that, and third. A lot of what y'all saying is true, but that's my argument. I just said nothing else. Go ahead, DC.
Can DeJounte Murray and Willie Green be on the same page in a different book? Because if they can do that, then I think it works.
They're gonna work together, DC. Why you trying to convolute the point? It's one.
Because DeJounte Murray gonna be reading a book about violence, and Willie gonna be reading a book about love and compassion.
No, it's not.
But they might both be on page 77.
Why is it page 77?
Just sounded like a good number.
Right. Okay.
About the middle of the book, halfway through. Give them a season to finish the book.
I say it's the same book. I said that they need to work together.
You think DeJounte gonna be reading a book about love and compassion? DC, you talking? I'm saying they have to be on the same page. The same page. But Willie gonna read the book about violence.
Well, he's not. He doesn't use violence. He doesn't use terms like that. You know that.
Why not? Jesus picked up a sword. He a Christian, ain't he?
Lex uses violence. She says we got to play with violence, and she gets aggressive when she says it. So yes, indeed,
Willie Green got to go up to the referees how Jesus went up to the money changers in the church and throw them tables over, man. What you mean?
And start whipping them. Don't forget.
We got to show him that we just got to lead Willie to the right Bible scriptures. That's all.
Now
Somebody needs to have Bible study with Willie, and I think this could change everything.
He doesn't say play with violence. He says play with force and pace. That's Willie's verbiage. He doesn't use over-aggressive terminology. We know this about Willie Green. I don't expect him to change that. I don't expect him to change that. All I want him to do is to become better with the players that he has and work with the point guard. Like I said, that's the instrumental thing. That's a little bit different than the Zion and BI thing, don't you think? I mean, this
Yeah,
guy,
but I mean, if you playing with force and pace, and they got a roadblock in your way, Q, you got to get a little violent to run through that.
you just got to amp up your pace to
Coach, we trying to play with force and pace, but they got a roadblock in the way. What do we do?
play with force, play with pace and force, and we'll get through that roadblock.
You love your way around that roadblock.
No, you don't love your way around.
You speak and you pour love into that roadblock.
This thing got nothing to do with the love, brother. You keep going back to the
All right,
love.
let me stop, man. Before we be up here talking about Willie all show, this getting out of hand.
Yeah, that's
Let's
you.
move
That's you doing that.
Well, you don't want to let it go. I let it go earlier. You ain't want to let it go.
Oh no, you just
You
brung it
told
back.
me to let it go, and then you proceeded to talk about Willie Green for 15 more minutes.
Just saying, brother. I'm just clarifying a few things. I would have a concern with Zion at 5 with him getting abused on defense. He's going to get beat up on defense, which may in turn hurt his offense.
But see, this is the thing I think everybody's missing. Let's really look at teams who
Walking to it.
utilizes their center as their primary scorer. Like, man, it's not the 2000s.
Yeah, he got his pistol. DC, you got your pistol on you. You got your, DC. He's a part of the Rastafarian religion, so he definitely carrying a shank or got a machete or a very sharp end of a
Be
pineapple.
quiet.
Shh, be quiet.
Don't talk about it. Be quiet. Be about it. Be quiet.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
Man, I forgot my point, man. Y'all, it took me out asking about pistols and stuff. It made me start thinking about the meme we were supposed to do with Friday. We're supposed to have Landry with that pistol on him with the Friday characters.
Hey, I put it together, man. I couldn't show it to the family members, man, because they kept blocking it.
They
Did y'all?
blocked it?
Yeah, they blocked it. I couldn't put. I did it. I put it together. Matter of fact,
What if you could you put it like maybe try to find a converter, man, where we do like a cartoon version
No,
of it. They probably
I
won't
know
be able to
what-
block it.
you're right. I'm gonna see what I can do on that. But I actually did it. I did the video where I put the Pelican over.
That's kind of sad, man. That's a lot of laughs right there to put a waste, man.
And the crazy part about it, DC, I inverted the picture. Like usually, I inverted the picture. Like if it was set up like from left to right, I flipped it from right to left, and they still hit it. I'm like, who are these people? So it was, but I did it though. I put it had Debo there. I put the Pelican over him. They had Red, who had the Hawks over him, which was funny because the Hawks, symbols are red, and they would talk to him. But you got on that? You got on my 40, homie. And it was and I had Ice Cube was. Craig was. What was Craig? Craig had the head coach of the Hawks over him. I took the guy's head and put it over the top Craig's head. So when he said, "Stall him out, Debo," it had they had what's the coach? I forgot the man name. Who's the head coach of the Hawks? And then Smokey was the NBA logo. So I did all of it. I put it there, and they dinged it. So I'm gonna see if I can do it again and just put it up for the supporters. That's what I'm gonna do because we got another support stream coming up tomorrow, and I'm gonna just put it up there for the channel members, man, so that they can see it, man. But yeah, I did it, and they just think
That's what's up, brother. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure you're gonna get it right. You always do. But
yeah, go ahead, DC.
My point I was making about Zion was we're harping over the center thing like. Every team in the NBA just got a center where they're going to just keep dumping it down low and trying to exploit Zion. And Zion at the 5 doesn't necessarily mean they're going to put him at the center, on the other end. Like, there's matchups. So it's like they got some teams, well, I agree with everybody. You definitely don't want to do that because they can exploit you in that way. They got centers that can do it all. They shoot threes and everything. No, we should not do Zion at the center against a team like that. Or at least if you do, you would do it when that person is off the floor. It would be really good to do it as a strategy to make them put that guy back out on the floor so he don't get no rest. But I just don't see it being that big of an issue against everybody if we're able to maximize what we can do offensively. I think the positives that we have on the offensive end severely outweigh the negatives that we'll have on the defensive end. Because you got to remember, we're gaining a super plus positive defender in DeJounte Murray. And you're definitely, if you're going to run a small ball lineup, you're going to have Herb out there with them. And Trey Murphy's probably going to be in that lineup as well, who's another good defender. B.I. is
Mm-hmm.
not a bad defender. Zion is not a bad defender. So it's like, the only way I can see it failing is maybe if your shots are not falling. Let's say you got CJ out there, you have another defensive liability, and your shots are not falling. Then yeah, they can exploit it. Or like you guys said, there are matchups where they could get Zion in foul trouble because he does foul a lot. I agree on the block. He does. He gets lazy, even though he can make the play and he doesn't want to do effort and he fouls sometimes. Sometimes he get away with it, so I see why he fouls. But I think it's way more of a benefit than it is a negative. Where it turns into a negative is if you use it too much for too long. Then yeah, it definitely can weigh on you. Because of the fouls and wearing him down if he's actually guarding the center every play down on the other end, doing all that dirty work, working down there on the block. I get that. But I'm saying that's strictly an offensive strategy where you might not even have Zion guarding the center unless he's a garbage center. You could put Zion on the least effective offensive guy and have him be wherever. Zion can play out on the perimeter and guard people. You don't have to guard the center even if he's at the 5. So rebounding would be the major thing to all of this is what I don't hear anybody saying. But or maybe, like just today in the chat. But if our rebounding isn't bad, then no, it would not work. It won't work. We got horrible rebounding by all the other parties. Running Zion at the 5 won't do anything but help because we won't be able to close out any possessions, no matter how much we can score.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, DC. I think it's just knowing how to get the right matchups, take exposing and getting Zion in positions where the Pelicans, man.
Am I the only one who's kind of excited about that, man? Who sees a vision where it can be dangerous, or am I being delusional?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think the Pelicans currently constructive have a lot of potential. I think that's why the Octopus let it out the bag about they're excited to play small, small and fast. He let that little nugget drop some time ago. So it's not a surprise, the mindset of the Pelicans. We know that Willie Green likes small ball lineups. He did it, overdid it last year with Larry Nance in many cases. And now he has a team where he can do that, where he can play small. And, like I said, it's a lot of people. What the thing is, I think while a lot of people not excited about it because a lot of people can't totally buy in on the Pelicans like they want to because of the uncertainty surrounding Brandon Ingram. It sets a somewhat of a cloud around the Pelicans, a cloud of uncertainty. Like if they would have done what they were supposed to do and found the best deal and moved Brandon Ingram for a more compatible piece to this current constructed team that's supposed to be to maximize Zion, to build him as the centerpiece and everybody else around that centerpiece, then I think people would be more excited about it. But the fact that that happened with they didn't trade BI and there's still all that uncertainty around Brandon Ingram is casting a cloud around the team, and it's kind of dulling things out a bit because a lot of people still believe that at some point he's going to be traded and he's not a future part of what's going on with the Pelicans. And all that was done by the Pelicans, by the way. That wasn't your fault or my fault or anybody, the faithful's fault. That was the organization that started off the offseason with trade rumors and all this kind of stuff, and then it didn't work. Everybody else got traded or guys got moved, and then now he's trying to flip the script now where you're trying to get you to buy in for what the Pelicans have right now, and it doesn't feel right because Brandon should have been traded. That's how I look at it going over it. So a lot of people, even though you see the value of what they're doing, and I see what you're saying because we can look at the pieces and make them fit, right? But that's what I'm thinking overall would happen this offseason. Is some people are having difficulties buying into the Pelicans currently constructed because they understand and know that potentially Brandon Ingram is not a long-term option here. So, that's how I think it looks like. But all right. All right. So big ups to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all.
But by your philosophy, though, BQ, can Brandon Ingram change?
Yeah, he could change. Of course he can
Okay.
change. Anybody can change, bro. I've been
So if
saying
Brandon Ingram
the
can
only person
show,
that can change, bro, according to what the people believe is the demon himself. He doesn't change. But everybody
the
with a will,
demon.
the demon, King Demon, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
It,
okay, yeah,
it-
yeah, yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
so anybody, if they really want to change and improve and they believe in what's going on, of course they can buy into change, especially if it'll benefit them, because if it's done correctly, this will make all their jobs better and a lot easier. But they have to be able to get along with that. But what's your point on that?
Can we all just get along? Huh?
Yeah, you
If
was trying to
if Bi
you could
if
throw
B,
something back about Willie. That's what you was trying to do. But go ahead. I dolled it
no
out. But go ahead.
no, I wasn't. I expected you to agree with me, man. Damn, I was just bouncing something off. Damn, brother can't get a
No,
pass
no.
and go. You know what I'm saying? It was an easy assist for you. That's all, dog.
By
You
your
getting in your
philosophy,
feelings, man.
everybody could change. I knew you was going DC. I know you, bro. I've been knowing you for how long now? 20 years,
I wasn't gonna say nothing about Willie. That was
15
it.
years, bro.
That was it.
I was like, I already sensed the DC. Like you sense when I come on, brother. You know when
What you
them
say?
jokes coming. You know they coming.
What's coming? What do
You
you
know when
mean?
the jokes. You know when I'm about to throw a joke at you. You know that. You know when it's coming, don't you?
I
Tell the
was
truth.
I was just merely gonna talk
No, no,
about
no. I'm asking
if
a question.
Brandon Ingram.
Question. Do you know when I'm about to hit you with a joke?
Well, I mean, you're getting off topic. You're making me lose my
Oh,
train of thought.
okay. Go ahead.
Come on,
See,
Q. I'm
that's
walking and it's hot outside. I'm sweating. You making me lose topic, man. Can I just
this guy
give you a?
here.
Can I score off the assist I was trying to give you?
This guy here, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. This guy here.
I was gonna say
This
if
guy.
Brandon Ingram can show the ability to be
Uh,
a number 2 or number 3 during the season, does that give him the ability to be easily traded? If he goes multiple games, 25 plus games, of being a very good number 2, number 3 option, does that change the perception or perspective of BI, especially if he's able to make more 3-pointers, show a better capability of playing off ball while not being a primary guy on ball? Does that change our ability to trade him? And also, does
yeah.
that change our perception to even want to trade him?
Well, I
If
mean,
BI is shooting 6, 7 threes a game, knocking down 3, 4 of them, getting 15 easy points, maybe averaging 20-something points a game on very high efficiency and playing solid defense, getting rebounds, not causing any waves, do we really want to trade him if we're winning on top of all of that at a
well,
high clip?
I mean, it sweetens his trade value, is what it does. Now, in
We're in
turn,
a tricky situation, man.
but the thing is still the underlying question about what happens with Trey Murphy. That's the whole point of this. Is the Trey Murphy signing, like the window for the Pelicans to succeed with Zion and BI and CJ. Griffin said last year, I mean this offseason, that we've seen enough. And then attempted to trade Brandon Ingram, right? Now, what the propaganda is, because I ain't falling for the BS, because that's what the dude is. He's a BS artist. Now that he passed up trades that he probably shouldn't have traded. Now, he ain't going to admit to saying, you know what, fam, I had to keep it 100 and funky with you. There was a couple of trades that I actually should have did it, but I was a little greedy. I wanted a little bit too much of what I want, and it didn't work out. So the teams pivoted to something else to work for him. And, that's on me. I screwed that up. He ain't never going to say that. He's just going to say, well, some of the deals were, they just wasn't up to code, and then talk you into agreeing with Brandon Ingram being here now because he didn't take the trades that were proper at the time. So I know that for a fact. So, but Brandon Ingram here temporarily, I still say it's temporarily, because Brandon Ingram wants his money. And if he adjusts to what your scenario where he's hitting the threes more, that sweetens his trade value, to other teams because he's still young. And BI can play. He's a 20-point scorer. It can give a team value, but it's still the Trey Murphy card. Even if you looking at BI is not going to relent off the money that he wants. He thinks he deserves that money. That's where we have the flaw at. But what we can control outside of that is Trey Murphy. The future isn't the future now for Trey Murphy. And can you afford to pay both? The answer is no. So you're going to have to make a decision not maybe right now, because
you can pay both, but I don't think it would make sense.
Right.
To pay
That's
both.
what I'm saying. That's
But
what I'm
you
saying.
can do it if you get rid of CJ McCullough, to be honest. And
Okay,
we still probably would be able to get a center. But I don't think you should. You definitely should make a choice between both of them, unless you're gonna have that's funny. Unless you're gonna have BI play the 2 or something. I
y'all be
don't know.
doing that. Y'all know I'm gonna do it too. Why they be doing that, DC? Why they be doing
What?
that? They know I'm gonna do it too.
I know, right?
Right. They
But
know
I think it can change a lot for his trade talk. And if you would decide to keep him around, I think it's a world where we could make that work with him, Trey, Herb, Zion, DeJounte, but CJ would be booted out of it. You can't do it and still have CJ, right? And one of those guys will have to be cool on any given night, maybe, spending more time on the bench, because you can't play. You're gonna play Herb, Trey, and Bi, Zion, and DeJounte. Like, how's that gonna? How's everybody gonna get 30 minutes? I guess maybe you can make it work, but somebody's gonna be at the bench, maybe on certain points of the game when they might not want to at times. So, if Bi really wants to be here, I think he'll take less money if he really wants to be here, and he'll show the ability to transform his game, or maybe reinvent his game, because he's done some of that in a small capacity before, and I think he's very capable. Or he could just heighten his trade value, which would also help him as well to get to where he wants to go. So no matter what, him proving that he can be that player doesn't do anything but help him. Unless he goes to a team that sees him as a perpetual third option, and I think he probably wouldn't enjoy that role somewhere else, especially if it isn't a place he wants to be. But I think he's very capable of doing that, man. And whatever happens this year, Bi gonna ball out. I'm pretty much willing to bet on that. I think all of the slights during the offseason, all of the heat and the pressure he's been getting, the type of cat he is, I think it's gonna make him play better, and he's gonna rise to the occasion. And we basically then had people probably bully him into taking 3-point shots, because I think that's what you're gonna see him do. He's gonna shoot those catch and shoot 3-point shots and be looking for more 3-point shots off the dribble this year. I don't know how much he will be willing to give into not looking like that first option. Will he come in and try and buck the system and be a little selfish or more greedy, or was a lot of that just the aspect of him having to be a major facilitator? As you heard him point out, y'all want that other BI to do this, and I need a point guard. Well, he got a point guard now, so it's time to show and prove.
Yeah, I think. It could, depending on. Like I said, man, if you got the imagination and the right system, you can use these guys for success. But when we're talking about the future, like I said, I think what he wants, the Pelicans can't afford to give it to him, but they can pay Trey Murphy, who's the future of the team and fits better next to Zion Williamson. He's a shooter that works better there around Zion Williamson, and the focus is not BI. I still, in to a degree, I think Brandon's forced to be this because he's still under contract for another year, so he will kind of play out, do what he do. He's a professional, but I don't think like I said, man, we did this already, and I think like I said, it's not a secret that the Griffin them said that they had trades out there that they didn't like, and then toward the back end of the conversation when he came out, he said that there were guys. It was a red hot trade market for Brandon Ingram. We were getting calls, people wanted him, but he was aiming high. He wanted a lot for Brandon Ingram, and teams pivoted and went away from him, and the market died. So how you go from red hot to no market at all? And then later on, after he told you that, then he says to you that we really didn't want to trade him anyway. Well, that will explain the philosophy and why he had it so high if he really didn't want to trade him at all. This is the octopus telling you this, man. These people, I don't make this shit up. They said it. He said it. He tell you everything. You just have to dial down the BS and listen to what the hell he's saying. Yeah, the trade market was high for Brandon Ingram. He said it. We knew it at the time. There were trade rumors all over the place for him. There was. You don't go from red hot trade market to no value at all unless your cost might be a little too high. You might have had it elevated because you really didn't want to trade him. This is what he said, man. It's what it is. Now they have the force to make the union work for at least a year. But like I still say that the future is not Brandon Ingram, it's Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy is the guy who fits better next to Zion. And I like Brandon Ingram. I really do. But the time has come and that situation has passed. They'll put up with him for 1 year. Of course, the Pelicans going to turn around and tell you that, hey, man, we want him here and they want to be here and all this kind of stuff. Of course, what he's supposed to say? What he's supposed to say? Like I said, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you, hey, man, they had some stuff going on out there and I just, I was aiming a little high. Such say, man, they're going to tell you that. Not going to tell you that because the personalities involved. It's all about deflection and misdirection. They never admit to any wrong. They don't admit to no wrong. And just like politicians, they do fucked up stuff. They'll then blame it on the other guy. Oh, well, see, I did it and it's his fault. That's what this misdirection, man. We got to understand what this is. So now that we have BI here under another year, it's a cloud over the top of the team of uncertainty. We can't get around it, even though BI is a talent. But the reality, we all know that Trey Murphy fits better with a Zion-centric team. That's what it's all about. This next group of years that they have Zion under, we can't waste away his time frame. Remember, we have him under contract for these next group of years. You have DeJounte Murray overlapping him. You got, Herb in there. You got to take full advantage of this right now. We don't need a situation, family. We've seen this happen a couple of times before in the past where we had elite level of players here that walked out the damn building because the Pelicans were screwing around, not knowing what the hell they doing. This is history. We sit up here and watch this stuff happen with CP3. We sit up here and watch it with Antonio Davis. We sit up here, Anthony Davis. I'm sorry. With Anthony Davis, we've seen it happen before. We don't want to see it happen with Zion Williamson again, where the Pelicans get all these good players and they can't take the step needed to stay relevant in the playoffs, to have a chance at a championship in New Orleans. It'll be a crying shame if they do the same crap that they did from the past again, because I don't want to blast them, but man, listen, we've been there with Dale Demps. We have a David Griffin. The dude don't admit to no wrong. See, that's just not what he does. He'll talk his shit and just BS the fuck out of you. That's what he does. I'm just sorry to keep it blunt, but I heard enough. I know what a BS artist, man. They never admit to no wrong. They won't do it. And then the owner of the team, she won't check them on nothing because she don't know a damn thing about basketball. The president don't know shit about basketball. And he's like, well, David Griffin, that's the guy. And if he screw on up and doing all this other kind of stuff that don't make sense, they not going to check them on shit. That's up to you to do that. So you over here looking at the team saying, man, well, wasn't we supposed to trade him? And all of a sudden now we don't want to trade him. Now we want to keep him, but we don't want to pay him. But so we're going to keep him here for another year. We're going to force it together to make it work. And it could work, but then we don't really want to pay him. And then we can't pay both of them. We got Trey Murphy here who fits better because it's supposed to be a Zion-centric team. Come on, man. So in the end, like I said, I don't think he's long for the Pelicans anyway. Sooner or later, Brandon Ingram is going to get somewhere else, whether it's during the season or after the season. This is
Man, that sounds like a horrible leader, man. That's indecision at its finest. Let's go to war. No, we don't want to go to war because if we go to war, we could lose people. But if we don't go to war, we could die. Man, come on, make up your damn mind.
You won't hear it fam, listen. The Pelican post-game report, me, DC, Lex, all of you guys been listening to this show for years. We never been on some BS. Now, like I said, I know Willie Green. I talk about Willie Green. I like Willie Green as a person, but as a coach, I won't flim-flam. What I said was about Willie, and just to touch on it, is that Willie he has to be on the same page with Murray. Now, I like Murray a lot, and I think Murray can help Willie Green see some things that he didn't see before, because Willie Green never had a point guard like DeJounte Murray. That's a game changer. And plus, DeJounte will run. He'll distribute the ball, keep everybody in their proper places. That'll help Willie Green out big time, and Willie will help him see the game. That's my philosophy, because I've seen it before where an opposite where we had some pretty shitty coaches, fam. We had a coach that was really good offensively, but shitty on defense, Elvin Gentry. Didn't give a damn about defense. Just want to run the score up. Pelicans win the game 135 to 124. And then most games, the Pelicans lose the game by 2, and they score like 125 points and lose by 2 or 3 points. Just the defense wasn't there. We had a guy the game was beyond him in Stan Van Gundy. The game was beyond the man ain't coaching years. He put him in there. Then we got a total, and no disrespect to Willie Green, a green ass coach, like DC said when they picked him up and put him on top of the team because he was cheap. This is real. They couldn't afford, and like I said, if you're really serious about winning championships, you got to go get somebody with some credentials. Look what Phoenix did. Phoenix had Vogel, who had a championship. He got it in the COVID year, but he had a championship. He been there to the big dance, and then they got rid of that man in 1 year and went and got Coach Bud, who has a championship and has a longer and more respected resume. They gave him $10 million a year. Pelicans couldn't do that, man, because they squander their money, and then the VP blames it on the market. Remember the interviews. Go back and we play them here all the time. They're going to disappear, by the way. That's what they do after a while. They disappear. That's why we play them on the show to catalog them. All we play, we tell y'all, and ain't nobody talking like that, man. That's real Pelican talk right there. Nobody talking like that, man. They're not going to call these people out on their BS and tell the truth about the team and why it's losing, why they underperforming, or why these moves look strange and weird. And then how they say they're going to do something and then flip flop it and then say some BS and it don't make any sense and nobody calls it out. Say, hold on, brother. Hold on, man. What you talking about? That don't make any sense what you just said. You want to trade him because his value was high. Then on the same conversation on the back end, we really didn't want to trade him. This is what they say. Makes no sense. That's why he needs to shut the hell up and go sit his ass down somewhere. He talked too much. We don't need to see him. You got other people, 2 other people closer to the court that need to be heard from, in the head coach, Willie Green, and the actual general manager, not the VP. We don't need to see you. This is real. So anyway, man, that's why I don't like the dude, because he talk too much, and what he be saying is bullshit. He spew out a bunch of nonsense, man. And that just infuriates me, because all of the crap that he's spewing out is nothing specific to how we going to do and what we doing. And then he contradicts himself in the same interviews. Like, this dude, what are you talking about, man? But they're not going to talk. They're not going to tell the truth. But the truth, in my mind, watching this, is Brandon Ingram's not, and DC can break it down too. But Brandon Ingram's not long for this team. We know that. He's not long for this team. They could try to sell it to you because they want you to go and buy them fucking tickets. Oh, we got 4 20-point scorers. BI going to be doing this and such going to be doing this. And it very well can happen. But this is not a future plan. It's not a long range plan, man. This is Zion Williamson's team. And Trey Murphy fits better in Zion Williamson's team than Brandon Ingram does. And Brandon wants to get broken off like a top dog. That doesn't tell me that that's a complimentary player. He wants to get chipped off big dough. So he wants to go somewhere to make $50 million a year or something like that. Man, come on, bro. We can't pay that man that, or even close to it, and won't trade Murphy for the future. See, the BI chip is all driven by Trey Murphy. Murphy needs that spot cleared so he can develop into what we know he could be. And then the Pelicans carry forward. So, like I said, I understand the propaganda. I get it. But at the end of the day, don't expect me to swallow the bullshit, because I don't. I'm going to tell the truth and keep it 100%. That's why PPR is #1 independent Pelican podcast in the business, man. We've been doing this, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so anyway.
That's right.
Said DC?
We keep it 1,000.
The DC keeps it 1,000. That's how it goes.
No. The Pelicans post game report keep it 1,000.
That's an internet joke, man. They got a dude online, bro. He says, how often the dude said? He says it every minute, every 2 or 3 minutes. You know, it's the brother online, man. It's just kind of crazy, man. But anyway, let me play this theme right here, DC. I think this the one. This is the Halloween theme, because the Jason theme, y'all, is the he ha ha ha, that type of. I think y'all thinking about Freddy, aren't? I mean, Friday the 13th, ain't you? I think y'all mixing up the themes here, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all tell me.
They think about the Debo music, man.
Oh, the Debo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the Debo theme. All right, hold on. I'll play the Debo theme, man. Maybe I have to link that. DC. So the Debo theme is what they thinking about. All right, yeah, DC. Here it is, right here, brother. Here you go. Debo walking up to him, man. When you see this happening, bro, you know some shit. But Red, why you did that to yourself, Red? When you see Debo walking up to you like this, just
cold,
back,
bro. That's
just watch
cold.
that, brother.
Damn, Red. Pull him out. That's how DeJounte Murray gonna come in the office when he want to talk to Willie.
They got it's looped. They got it looped, man. Where it's just it's the theme song when he's walking up. Shout out to DJ Pooh, man, and rest in power to Tiny Lister, man. He
Yeah, he
passed.
played the shit out that role, bro.
Yeah, they were all very good, man. They talked about how they didn't get paid for that, but that
504 Doc say that's how Zion's supposed to be on the court. I agree.
for real.
He definitely got the strength. I do want to see Zion eventually get in one fight, just one fight with somebody. Just show him what you could do one time. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll quit filing the hell out of him.
And that's how Zion walking up to the referee. That's what it should be right here. That's the referee. Red's the referee. Zion, this is how Zion's supposed to be walking up to the referee, DC, after he didn't get the call. That's something, DC. Why did Red get the hell out of Dodge, man?
Man, Red was a possum, bro. He was filled with fear, bro. He was so scared he couldn't move.
Why did he look back at the car, man? He had a second thought. He's like, man.
He had thoughts he wanted to get in the car, but he was so scared he couldn't move.
Oh,
he
man.
just kept thinking about getting in the car.
Oh yeah, see, he had the first thought. His first thought was, "Hey, man," because he looked back, he see Debo didn't walk. He wouldn't have ran. He said, "Hold on, here, there go my car."
Yeah, getting in that car and running would have been a lot better than what happened.
Debo wouldn't have chased him down, but that's the thing, though. Debo wouldn't have chased him down, though. Debo wouldn't have chased him down. He would have just
you better run.
Yeah, he would say, yeah. Debo wouldn't have ran after him. He would have jumped in his car, ran off. He's like, yeah,
he'd have went jack somebody else and just called him the next day.
Right. It was just, he was a faster rabbit. He was like, he'll just find somebody else. I get at him later. I know where he live at. So yeah, he wouldn't have chased him, but Red, he messed up on that one.
Debo was like Jason, bro. He probably would have got in the car and drove home, and Debo just would have been at his house already. That's probably why he didn't run. Wherever he went, Debo just would have been there already.
He'd have jumped in his car, DC. He would have drove off, and then when he got to his house,
he ain't see him on a bike. He ain't see him on nothing. He just get to the house and he there already.
He would have come here, punk. Debo, how did you get here?
Then it'll be like I said, what you got on my 40, homie?
Oh man, that's too funny, man. Red messed up, man. Red should have hopped in that little old car and got out of there, man. She got Debo walking up to him menacingly. It wasn't going. That wouldn't go in good at all, man.
When Red got the black eye, that's what happened last time. He hopped in the car and he ran home. And Debo was at his house already.
But that's after Debo gave him that
You don't
black.
remember when Debo was at his house with him and his daddy when he gave him the eye?
Yeah, that's right. Debo terrorizing Red, man. Oh man. What? Hey, what it been? See, this is
Man,
different.
I'd have shot Debo Q. I'm sorry, that movie would have been short.
That's all you could do with these.
I'd have shot Debo ass, man. I ain't playing that, man. He the
But see,
one in court. Look at him and look at Debo, man.
yeah,
Ain't nobody was going to
yeah,
prosecute that, man.
but see, the thing about that was, like Smokey said, he don't do that stuff with that shit with them fools around the corner. So Debo knew who he could do that to. He could Jack and do that kind of stuff
Them
to.
fools around the corner either stabbed or shot his ass one time.
It looked like Debo got shot too. That's the backstory. And they do a backstory on Debo. They do a prequel DC on the upbringing of Debo before he got on the scene. It was when the fools around the corner stabbed his ass. Oh man, crazy.
Right, man. You that's how you even some eyes, man. Oh, you taller than me? Take one of them kneecaps out. Let's see how tall you is now.
Yeah, he said he kept looking at Ronaldo Ray as good as saying, "You see how big he is." Yeah. Red should have been running like Money Mike. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Because he looked back at the car. He seen, look, he let him get 5 steps off the porch. And he turned around.
Oh, Red, man. Red could have had a gun. Debo would have just took his gun, man. Oh, Red.
Now, what it was, he was looking back because what he was doing was he was seeing if he had his back. That's what it was. He's like, you got my back. Because obviously that was the case because he told, he was there. So, he was like, he looked like he got my back, right? It didn't work out right. It didn't work out right.
You got to handle your business, Red.
Yeah, DC. I think I agree with y'all that DC, the fools around the corner either shot or stabbed Debo, so that's why he don't mess with them. That's why he always jacket, smoke, and all these other dudes, man. Yeah, that's what it was. All right. I don't think he had he didn't have problems with Worm. I didn't see anything happen with Worm. He didn't do nothing with Big Worm. Big Worm
was one of the fools around the corner who shot his ass.
That's the backstory of Big Worm and Debo. You don't think from the backstory that they had some issues, man? Let me cut it out, man. Let me stop going. Right, that'll be fine. You see a backstory for Debo and what happened with the fools around the corner. Crazy, man. All right. Bubbles is for real. He asked that boy, that's all you got? All for Nia Long. That's right. All for Nia Long. Yeah, and then didn't Craig end up getting her? That's what that was Craig ended up getting Nia Long. Oh, I think if I remember, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. But anyway, man, listen, we're going to get ready to kind of get out on that, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all for chiming. I hope y'all had fun today, man. Y'all know we kind of get on our little game about Friday. That's one of our favorite movies, man. I know a lot of people like the Friday franchise. The first one was off the chain, man. We often kind of go to it because it's funny. We kind of use some of the clips. Well, actually, the clip of Debo rolling up smoke and Craig and Red is on the porch. And the famous scene with Debo steps up, what you got on my what you got on my 40, Red, and he snatches Red chain. We liken that to the Pelicans jacking the Hawks when that's exactly how the trade went off with the Hawks, with the Pelicans. That's what they did to them. They had some type of Debo versus Red type energy. How we got that DeJounte Murray thing going on. That's exactly what happened there. So we kind of linked those two together, man. That was pretty funny how that played off, man. But anyway, listen, man, I hope you guys had fun, man. We appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please feel free to chime in as well. And like DC wanted me to do, I'm going to now refer to the poll in the chat. Will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season? DC, the poll said 53% of the pollers says yes, and 47% says no. So 53% of the pollers believe that Willie Green will be successful as head coach of the Pelicans this season. So you got your answer on the poll. I hope you're happy, sir.
Leave the poll up till next week.
Nah, the poll once the show ends, bro. The poll ain't gonna be no good, brother. What you talking?
Y'all comment on the YouTube video. Everybody get to make the poll, and we gonna tally y'all votes into the poll.
No, we not. The poll is final after the show goes
It
final.
went to 50. It went from 59 to 53%. Q. I think it could go to about 45.
Brother, 53% of the people said
How
that
many
it's
people
going.
voted?
It doesn't matter, bro. People,
See, he don't want to tell that, y'all.
50 plus people voted. That was a respect.
Man, it's Saturday, man. Some of our people, they out, with their kids at the park, and getting ready, having birthday parties, and you got to let it marinate for a little while, man.
Bro, what is you talking about, bro? The poll is
Everybody
final.
didn't get a chance to vote. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, 53% of the pollers is 50.
Hey,
50
how many people was that?
It don't matter, DC.
The
It was
number
the
right
show.
there. It's right there under the percentage.
I just said it. 50 plus people voted on the poll.
50 people.
50 plus people voted
Man,
on the
that ain't even 5% of the people that listen to us.
53% of those who decided to answer the poll says yes, that Willie's going to be successful. Why do you have such a hatred for Willie Green being successful?
I'm gonna come back with the comments from this YouTube and present them.
The people
We're
have
gonna
spoken.
tally that into the percentage.
The people have spoken, brother. Accept it. Accept the
They
truth,
might
brother.
have some people that was walking and couldn't vote like me. They just listening to the show.
Well, I mean,
One my brother Damien, he probably working out. He can't hit no buttons. His hands sweating and shit.
nah, the bottom line is, brother, the poll is what it is. 53% said a man going to be successful. Why do you not want your head coach to be successful? Is beyond me, DC. I don't get it.
I think they misunderstood the question.
The question is very understandable. It's very clear. Will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season?
More better say black people don't like to vote. Damn.
Come on, that's Mose, bro. Come on, Mose. Come on, Mose.
I can't lie. That's pretty funny. I wasn't expecting that.
Come on, Mose. It wasn't that Claude Anderson said, DC said that quid pro quo.
I think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Something for something else. I don't know, man. But there you go. All right. So anyway, with that being said, I'll let y'all on the next, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be good, man. And we're gonna be back on another stream to talk about some more Pelicans, man. But y'all put y'all comments in the comment section once the video goes final. Let me know how you guys.
Y'all say how y'all felt about Willie. The people who ain't want to vote, y'all can just leave a comment.
It's all right, brother. The people like Willie Green. They think he's gonna be successful. I don't understand why.
Man, you probably put bots in there on whatchamacallit thing. I know you probably did.
Nobody put no bots.
You had AI put some bots in there.
53% of people. 53% said Willie's going to be successful. Stop hating. Stop hating, DC.
You probably had 25 bots in there.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to get on that. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right. right? The Pro Shop is the platform's store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too.